now proudly presented on SNME. That's Sunday night's main event. Patreon and free feed.
Heavy traffic during 4-5. Gotta hustle on your own time. Color people every port side. We just people from the north side. Want some teammates at the shore fine. Winter ready on the four ties. Heavy traffic during 4-5. Gotta hustle on your own time. Color people every.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy George Mackay live here, Demand Lucha. You can find us on SNME, Sunday night's main event. You can find us on YouTube, all that good stuff. And I'm sitting down with the one, the only, Italy's favorite son, Francesco Akira. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I was able to recharge from my last weekend of many wrestling, and now I'm good to go. Yeah,
Perfect. So whereabouts in Italy are you from?
it's a cold town called Bergamo near Milan.
Okay.
Near Milano.
Okay, so Milan is that northern Italy?
Yes,
Northern Italy. So I'm actually, a lot of people don't know this, I'm half Italian.
Oh, really?
My mom is from Italy. She's from Bari.
Oh, Bari. Okay.
Yes, southern Italy. There's Baresi. I know they're a little eccentric. I know, but the one thing my mom always made for me, which I enjoyed so much as a kid, was the Baresi sausages. You know, the ones that come very circular. You cut them up in you fry them.
Yeah.
Those are good. But what's a dish? What's a hometown favorite from where you're from? I know you mentioned with my daughter carbonara, but what is something that's exclusively kind of you? Every city has their own famous dish. What's yours?
It's called casoncelli.
Okay.
It's like ravioli with not bacon, but kind of bacon and oil.
Like
and
pancetta.
Yes, pancetta. Yeah, pancetta and oil and salvia. It's leaves, like
Okay.
a plant. So it's very good. And inside the ravioli, there's meat.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, that's very good.
So how was my accent good on that? The pancetta,
Yeah,
the baresi
yeah,
is
that's
good?
pretty good, yeah.
See, babe, I'm talking to my wife right now. My wife's Italian, and she always tells me I have the
she is?
worst. Yes, she's from her heritage, Monte Cassino.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she always tells me I have the worst Italian, when I say stuff. But I say it look, prosciutto. Okay.
Prosciutto, yeah.
Bocconcini.
Bocconcini,
Yeah. Ricotta.
Ricotta, yes.
See, Francesco. No, see, so my Italian, I'm living up to it, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. So you mentioned it with my daughter about TJP being one of the greatest minds in wrestling, and you were a co-champion with him. I mean, the fact that he's been around, much like yourself, debuting at a very young age. He debuted at 15. You debuted at 16. You guys are almost mirroring each other in terms of your early stages of your journey. What was one of the things that TJP instilled in you when you were co-champion with him during those New Japan runs?
I mean, there was many things that he told me, especially outside the wrestling too, how to be a good person, or how to adapt myself to difficult of life, because we travel a lot, we're tired. I've been to Mexico, Philadelphia, Canada in 3 days, in 4 days, and take one thing at a time. So enjoy now, and there's always a next match the next day. There's always a way to do better the next time, or always to do better at the same time. Yeah.
I get what you're saying. So stay humble, focus on yourself, but also recognize that you can always progress.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
That's awesome. So All Japan, New Japan, you are a fixture over there in Japan. Yeah. You've definitely established yourself. And I know you mentioned that Italy has a very small scene, and one of your goals is to bring more eyes to Italian talent and all that kind of stuff. What would be one of the biggest goals for you in terms of putting Italy on the map for pro wrestling?
I think, of course, would be make New Japan come to Italy, make New Japan even bigger in Italy. But one of my personal goal will be opening a big school in Italy, where I can train, or where I can train guys to train, and then there could be a good facility, because I started without a ring. I started only on the mat, so I want something that the Italian people don't have now.
So you want a New Japan Italy? You want a New Japan dojo in Italy?
Kind of,
Yeah, see? I we got a good wavelength here. We're figuring things out. I would invest in something like that. I absolutely would. So soccer is huge over in Italy. We know this. What is one of your, who's your soccer team? You tell me yours first, and then I'll tell you mine.
I'll tell you Juventus.
I'm a Juventus guy too.
Oh, really?
I love Juventus. Seriously, I don't watch a lot of soccer, but that is one of my favorite teams. But when I do catch a game, that's one of my favorite teams. I also like English Premier League too.
Okay.
Yeah, but again, English Premier League, it's going to get a lot of heat right now, but I'm a Manchester faithful. I'm Manchester. I'm Manchester faithful, yes. I know. Okay, guys, all right. But in terms of, the culture of wrestling, pro wrestling in Italy, you did mention that it was big 2005, 2006, but then it quieted down. Now it's starting to start up again. What are some of the promotions out there that people should be paying attention on? And is there a way for us to see it, like on IPW TV and stuff like that?
I mean, there's a couple of promotion. The one where I started is more local, so you can find something on YouTube called ICW, Italian Championship Wrestling. Or there's another one that put every week new content on Twitch, and it's called SIW. That is like superior Italian wrestling. I think there's a very good quality, and they have like very good facility and training, and they put new content every week. So I think that would be the best one to go.
Absolutely. On Twitch, perfect. Absolutely. Now, you have your New Japan runs, which were fantastic, and obviously there's still a lot of stuff going on over there. But if the opportunity came to work more North Americanly, AEW, ROH, Impact, WWE, where would you see yourself?
I mean, I would like to try Ring of Honor in the AEW too, because I have some friends there, and like I think AEW is doing a good job, and they're doing like this big show on Saturday,
Wembley.
like very very big. So I think they're doing great, and I would love to be a part of it. But then WWE too is of course is a WrestleMania and what I grew up with, you know. So we will see. But I like New Japan now. I love New Japan. Yeah, I like Japan. I love there. So I'm pretty
You're
good.
happy there.
Yeah, we're happy. I'm happy where I am.
So in terms of your singles run in New Japan, do you have your eyes on? I mean, I know you competed in the Super Super Juniors. That was fantastic. Thank you for correcting me on that. I stumbled there huge. I know you competed in that. That was fantastic work that you did there. But what else do you have in mind? Like, are you trying to go after any of the singles titles? Do you have your eyes on any of the singles titles?
I mean, of course, this is the goal. It's getting single champion, winning the best of Super Junior, and like make myself the best junior in New Japan. So yeah, the goal is now to recapture the tag titles that we lost like very soon after we just won it again. So the goal is to capture them against Dan Maloney and Clark Connors, and then later, yes, I will like focus on the Super Juniors and the junior title himself.
Fantastic. Now, you watched WWE as a kid, and you mentioned guys like Randy Orton, John Cena, The Big Show. Who was your guy when you were a kid?
I mean, it was Rey Mysterio, of course, because of my size. But my favorite wrestler of all time is The Rock.
Nice. Can you do the eyebrow? I can do the eyebrow.
I cannot do. I never learned to do.
Never do learn to do the eyebrow?
learn it.
It's really easy. You just got to let your eye go numb and then raise it up just a little bit.
Yeah.
So The Rock was your guy.
Yeah.
What was it about The Rock that you fell in love with? Was it just the swag, the attitude, everything?
I think is over. How do you say? Over the top persona, over the top
Personality.
Like, yeah, personality. He was just. It was like when you watch him, it was like you cannot take the eyes off him because you never know what he gonna say next that makes the people go crazy, and I love this personality. Yeah, his character. The wrestling ring, of course, he was great, but I don't think he's one of the best wrestler. But he full like everything is probably the best for me.
Absolutely. I agree with you. And, of course, the Versace shirts. Those were top-notch. Those shirts are nice. So, in terms of obviously, you want to recapture the tag team goal that you guys lost, but you have your eyes focused on single stuff like that. And then, of course, sometimes in most tag team storylines, they end up being a match between two former tag team partners. If you and TJP ever got to that stage, would you guys, I mean, I personally would, that only way I could see that whole feud ending is if it ever happened, is you guys in a 60-minute Iron Man match.
Oh wow! I know he did like a 60-minute Ironman with Josh Alexander in Impact, and it was very good. I mean, yeah, I would like. I think it would be very good ending story if we will face each other in the Super Junior final or like in a crucial match for the Super Juniors. I think that would be my favorite one.
Absolutely. I remember when I had TJP on my show, he always talked about going back to Japan and talked about having more time over there that he never got to have his first few years around. And he didn't want to get tied down with WWE. Now that he's over there and he's excelling and stuff like that, and we see great talent like you coming up. And New Japan has always had this great eye for talent. They always keep bringing in the best and the brightest, really putting them on the grand stage. What's it like wrestling at Wrestle Kingdom?
It's crazy. The Tokyo Dome is very, very big. And like, it's so big that like when you do a move and the first row reaction, the last row reaction comes later because there's an echo. So it's crazy. But my first Tokyo Dome. My mom was there. My little brother was there. So it was fantastic. Yeah, it was. Then we retained the titles. It was a pretty good night. And Wrestle Kingdom with Osprey and Kenny too. Okada and Jay was a fantastic night for sure.
I couldn't agree. Now, I mean, obviously, you don't get to go home to your family as often as you'd like. But what's the one thing you miss about your mom's cooking? What's the one thing that Mama makes that you can't get anywhere else in the world?
I think my mom carbonara is very, very good. So
But yours, would you say yours is as good or no?
No. It's not close. Okay.
Mama's got it.
She's gonna kill me if I say so.
Absolutely. A couple more questions, and I'll let you go prepare for your match. In terms of being over here in Canada and stuff like that, putting your name out here North Americally, you've also, like you mentioned ROH, you mentioned AEW and stuff like that. But I honestly believe that I think you would shine in Impact Wrestling. And the reason I say that is because guys like Speedball Mike Bailey, guys like Trey Miguel, you would fit in so well in that X division. If Impact ever came calling, would you consider Impact as well?
I mean, yeah, I think Impact is great, and they have a lot of nice talent like Speedball, Trey, or like Leo. I think the X division is a very good division of the title. That's where I would like to go. Not the other division, but the X division I think is very cool. So yeah, I might think about it.
Could you imagine you as the X division champion?
Hey, could you imagine as IWGP Junior Tag Team Champion?
I absolutely can.
I mean, I couldn't, so...
I absolutely can.
Yeah.
The sky, yeah, absolutely, and the sky's the limit for you. And now my final question. You being Italian, me being half Italian, there's this great debate about pizza. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
No way it belongs on pizza. Please, don't put your pineapple on pizza. Don't put it in Italy, or you're gonna get beat up.
You're going to get beat
Yeah.
up. What's the go-to pizza in Italy? Is it just the simple...
My favorite is just a simple margherita.
margarita pizza?
It's the best one.
It's the
Or
best
a
one.
bufala with like the big cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, like prosciutto is good too.
You're making me hungry.
Yeah, me too.
You're
I'm
making me
very
hungry.
now.
You're missing a little bit of home right now for
Yeah.
sure. All right, well, Francesco, thank you so much
a
for your
pleasure.
time, man. It was a pleasure to have you on the show. This is a big honor for us. Guys, that's it for this one. Check this man out all over New Japan, all over Japan, all over everything. He's incredible. He is the future of the business. The one and only Italy's favorite son, Francesco Akira. Peace, love, and wrestling, guys. We'll see you next week. Peace. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and turn on that notification bell so you get notified each time we post a video. Alternatively, you can check us out on all podcast platforms and hosted on Podbean. We are also available on the SNME Network. That's the Sunday Nights Main Event Patreon. Please feel free to check us out there as well. And don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms at _Straight Talk on Twitter, at Straight Talk Wrestling on Instagram, Straight Talk Wrestling on Facebook, Straight Talk Wrestling on TikTok, and of course, you can check out all our merch at ProWrestlingTees.com.
I don't need a nigga.